President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi received a phone call from the German Chancellor Olaf Scholz. During the telephone conversation, President al-Sisi reviewed the Egyptian sincere efforts to reach a ceasefire and protect the civilians in the Gaza Strip. The President also expressed his keenness on providing humanitarian aid to the people in the besieged territory and evacuate the foreigners. For his part, Scholz praised the Egyptian role in supporting the Palestinian cause. He affirmed the German stance towards protecting the civilians and offering all aid needed to them. At a conference for Palestine in Paris, Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry said that what Israel was doing far exceeds the right to self-defense in Gaza. Shoukry stressed that the continuation of the international silence towards what was happening in the Gaza Strip shows that there was imbalance in the international standards. The top diplomat called on the international community to stop the aggression on Gaza to protect the civilians. Shoukry pointed that the obstacles imposed by Israel prevents providing more aid for the people in the Gaza Strip. He underscored that Egypt has offered tons of humanitarian aid to Gaza, but that those are not enough for the needs of the Gazans. For his part, French President Emmanuel Macron called for a quick ceasefire in Gaza in order to protect the civilians. Macron said that Paris would increase the financial support from 20 million to 100 million euros. The State Department announced that the U.S. Undersecretary of State Uzra Zia and the Special Envoy for the Middle East humanitarian issues David Satterfield are heading to Egypt. The visit aims to support the pioneering role for Egypt in delivering humanitarian aid for Gaza through the Rafah border. The State Department delegation will meet the Egyptian and the UN officials in Cairo and express appreciation for the Egyptian leadership for its role in supporting the arrival of the humanitarian aid to the Gaza enclave. Head of the presidential candidate Abdel Fattah al-Sisi's presidential campaign held a press conference. During the press conference, Councillor Mahmoud Fawzi said that the campaign of the presidential candidate Abdel Fattah al-Sisi held 75 meetings with 203 different bodies. Fawzi said that the campaign held a meeting with the Palestinian ambassador to Egypt on the latest developments. In addition to meetings with a number of youth, Fawzi called on all the media outlets to be committed to objective coverage during the whole electoral process. He reiterated that the presidential candidate al-Sisi supports the women empowerment in all domains. Head of the presidential campaign pointed out that the state is keen on holding the elections in a democratic atmosphere. Minister of Finance Mohammed Maid asserted the keenness on supporting and encouraging the Turkish investments in the Egyptian market. The minister's remarks came during his meeting with the chairman of the Turkish Stocks and Chambers on the sidelines of his participation in the 14th round of the Arab-Turkey Economic Forum in Istanbul. Maid affirmed that the state is working on removing any obstacles that may face the Turkish investors. The minister added that Egypt is looking forward to increasing the bilateral trade volume to reach $15 billion through the upcoming 5 years. Maid illustrated that the emerging economies are living exceptional conditions due to the global economic challenges. Egypt's stock market indices collectively soared, being bolstered by the purchasing operations of the Arab and the foreign investors. The main EGX 30 index soared 1.36%. The small and medium EGX 70 index added 0.1%. The more expanded EGX 100 index added 0.11%. The overall transactions and dealings within the session reached £9 billion.